Now please recheck it. So I have shared all those things. Okay, so what the things we were discussing earlier about the cases, how to handle the missing value, and in the missing value we have discussed, in the missing value whatever we have discussed, we have seen the cases, complete cases or incomplete cases. Incomplete cases we have discussed. So when you try to find out the rate of the missing value data set wise, then what you have to do, calculate the number of incomplete cases, divided by total cases. So how to implement it, that just I was discussing over here. So that was the command, just I run it. You see the complete cases is already a function already there. The complete cases is already function there. You just need to pass the data set. So against each row, it will return one value. It is a one-dimensional data set. It is a one-dimensional data set. True means that row. What is the meaning of that? That row is completed. It means it is true. The second row having a missing value, it must be a false. The third row is incompleted, must be a false, like that. So here you can do like that. So true means row is completed, row is not completed, row is not completed. True means row is completed. So what if you negate it? If you negate it like that, means what? True means it is incomplete cases. The true means incomplete cases. So that you can play with the true and false. It meaning get changed if you negate the output given by that vector complete cases. So here true means complete cases. If you negate it means it is incomplete cases. So that thing you can play with that one. It is not so tough or not so important. So here, okay. Now somebody is saying, I want those record. I want to see the record that are not completed. So what I have to pass, this is the vector, you can understand that output I want to give as an index value. So this is the vector. This is the vector. Okay, here true means what? These are the incomplete cases. But I want to see those cases. All the detail I want. So what I need to do? I have to pass that vector as an index value. As an index value. So data set is given. These are the rows that it will going to show you against all the column. Against all the column. So just I copy it. Just paste it and you see. These are the incomplete cases. These are the incomplete cases. Here and every row must have the NA. Every row must have the NA. Every row must have the NA. So this is the correct answer. Now we have to count it. Now we have to count it. How many such rows are there? And if somebody will say filter out all those columns, the row that are incomplete, you have to write this kind of command. Okay. So here now you can see the answer. The nrow is a command that is going to calculate how many rows are there, how many such rows are there. Okay, so you can pass that output into the command nrow. The complete output I am just passing over here. It is going to give you the correct answer. How many rows are there that are really incomplete or incomplete row? You see, there are 40 rows. So there are not such 45 cases. Earlier we were confused with that there are around 45 such cases having the missing value. So 45 were the cells, not a cases. So in the data science or missing value handling, we have to understand the difference between cells and the cases. So 40 are the cases where you can consider are the missing values. So now you can divide the 40 upon 100 because there are such 100 rows. 40% data are missing, not 45% data are missing. Okay, so I have demonstrated how to use the case function. So I don't need to repeat it. That already you know about. Okay. So now you can run, you can modify that command for the different purpose, like a total number of complete observations you want. You should not use the negation operator over here. Like suppose I have run that command again just for your understanding. Here I'm not using negation operator, means it will give you a single dimensional Boolean vector. True means complete cases. So how many complete cases we have? 60. And if I use the negation command, it will give the answer where the data are incompleted. So in that way, you can use smartly the negation operator to fulfill the requirement. If you don't want to use the end row command, you can use the sum command. The sum command also gives the same answer, because sum is going to calculate the number of true in the Boolean vector. So there are how many true are there? Like 60. Same answer by using end row, same answer by using sum command, you can get it. Okay. Similarly, I have demonstrated how to retrieve the incomplete cases. We don't need to discuss again it, and we have demonstrated all those things. Okay. So complete case you can also apply the column wise. So once you pass the column as a parameter to the case function, so normally we used to pass here as a complete data set. But if you pass here as a one-dimensional vector, so it will give the same command as we have already seen. The answer should be a 25. So it is not necessary to pass a complete matrix over here. You can also pass a one-dimensional vector or single column to see all those things. Okay, so in this case, what you are passing, ultimately you are passing these things. So it will consider this is a one complete data set. So if there is a missing, it will count as a missing value. Otherwise, it will count as a not missing value, means complete cases. The way you are treating your data and the way you are passing your data, the command will reflect that way. So the question I got it, how to complete the NA cells? Should we remove them? Yeah. So we are going to discuss with that one. Many methods are there. Many methods are there. So the question somebody have asked, if there is a NA, how to handle it? There are many solutions. There are two big solutions. Either discard it, means remove it. I will discuss today. Otherwise, you can impute it. You can impute it. Impute it means you have to fill the missing value. You are not going to remove. You are not going to remove any data. So discard the missing value. I will discuss today. If time permit, in the coming classes, I will discuss about the data imputation. So data imputation means you have to fill the value. So now the big question come. How do you know the value that ideal value that you should fill over here? The question is that is there some value I have to fill it? Whether 23 I have to fill it, whether 67 I have to fill it, I don't know. So again, machine learning method will require over here the data imputation. And the most versatile method normally people use for the data imputation is the linear regression. That's why I have covered the linear regression in detail. Linear regression. Linear regression is used to impute the data. Means what the value you want to fill over here, it will predicted by the linear regression. It will predicted by the linear regression. Very, very, very nice or very good thing are there. This value I want to predict. I want to then I need to train my model on the whole data set, where it will be the output variable, other will be the input variable. My linear regression model will predict the value that you should impute over here. And various version of linear regression model are there. So that is called linear regression data imputation. So if time permit in coming days, I will try to cover it. Another question is that, sir, if complete column is not having any value, can we fill it with NA, or we can need to discard it? You don't need to fill the NA. The beginning of the class, I think you join later. Join later. You don't need to purposefully or forcefully fill the NA. It automatically will come. So please revisit the class I have taken where you don't need to fill the NA. It's a responsibility of the R or Python. When you upload the data, where the data are missing, it comes NA automatically. I hope I hope I made it clear. Okay, okay. So that thing the normal people are asking about. So missing value handling. So I discuss one of the answer is you can discard the data, but that is not a good solution. But you should know. One of the answer is how to handle the missing data. You should remove all those data. Or you should discard all those data. But that is not a good solution. You should apply the data imputation. You have to impute the data. You have to fill the data. So there's a two branches you can say missing data handling. Either you can discard the data or either you can impute the data. This thing's okay with everybody. I think this thing is okay with everybody. There's a two solution of the missing value handling, whether you can discard the data or either you can impute the data. When you go for the impute the data, a lot of algorithms you have to study, a lot of method you have to study. Okay. So the first method, let me discuss with you over here. The schema means how to discard the data. So here is that. Okay. So a little bit noise. I am just feeling. Please mute yourself, everybody. Everybody, please mute yourself. In what condition we will decide whether to discard in compute? Good answer. So here, what you need to understand. Mm, should I answer right now or not? I'm asking. Okay. So just I'm giving the answer. It is very brief. When you should decide it. So I'm not going to answer. I'm going to the way you should get the answer. So what you have to do? Then you have there are three conditions. You have to understand mechanism of missing data, mechanism of missing data, or missing data pattern. You have to analysis first how the data are missing. So there is a uh, okay, so let me do or there is a three mechanisms you have to study. Means missing are totally random or or missing are not random. Okay, so let me open a document. This will help you a lot. Otherwise, it will take the time. Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. I'm just opening the thing. So, what the thing you have to understand? That's I'm going to tell you about. So, 1 minute. Just it's a further study that you should go with that one if you want that answer. So, 1 minute. Yeah. So what you have to understand, you have to understand the two things. The missing data mechanism knowledge you must require. So because missing data mechanism is going to answer whether you should discard it, whether you should impute it, and if you are going to impute it, a lot of methods are there, which method you should adopt. The answer is given by if you know about the missing data mechanism. There is a missing data mechanism. There are three kind of mechanism are there. Missing completely at random, missing at random, or missing not at random. I'm not going to cover all those things in the detail, but Dr. Shraddha, I'm just requesting you to please note down these three terms. Dr. Shraddha, you have just asked the question, that's why I'm just requesting to you. Please note down or take a picture of that screen picture. Once you're going to study about the MCAR, MAR, MNAR, you will get the answer. It's very difficult to understand, really. I'm saying you have to explore many books or many websites, then you will get it know what is the meaning of MCAR, MAR, MNAR. So that is only I suggest to for the further study if you want to answer that question. Okay, let me continue over here. So for what we are going to decide here, to how to remove the value. So the method we know it is known as a very famous method. the complete cases analysis or list-wise or case-wise deletion. The method is that how to handle the missing value. One of the method is that list-wise deletion or case-wise deletion or complete case analysis. If three words we're talking about means I'm just referencing one of the method. Method name is the list-wise deletion you can refer, case-wise deletion you can refer, complete case analysis you can refer. What the things we are going to do over here? Suppose the data set is given like that. The data set is given like that. So here the yellow color means all those cells that are suffered from the missing value or data are not there. Suppose that is the example. So what you are going to do? Complete row you are going to delete. It is not possible to delete only one cell. The complete row, it is written over here, delete, delete and delete. Whether row having a single missing value or multiple missing value, you have to discard the complete row like that. The new data set will be like here. So now with the new data set, you can work with that one. You can work with that one. How to implement it? Let me demonstrate over here. Let me demonstrate over here. So one line. So the implementation of the list-wise, case-wise deletion, the implementation in the one line. What I'm going to create over here? Complete cases I have find out. All the complete cases I'm going to store in the new variable. So means ultimate what I'm doing. I'm just discarding the incomplete cases. So just you run that one line, the things will be implemented for you. Okay, and then new data set. You see the new data set. So the background I have created now you can understand. All the complete cases. There is no NA, no NA. It no NA. There will be such 16 rows are there. I think these are 16 rows are there if you count it. So you got it, I think. You got it. Okay. Another you just count it. It is very 60 rows are there. Otherwise, one is.na you can also apply to check it whether the new data set just you have created any missing value here on or they are not. So any function you can call over here and pass the vector. Vector will return true if it found any single na value. If it found any single na value, and it return false otherwise. You see over here is.na in that data set, answer is false, no missing value. So you just cross check it whether there is a missing value there or not. You can just cross check it. That thing is over. Alternatively, what can you do? The most famous function like a Python is there, na.omit you can call. You don't want to write this much of big sentence like complete cases, all those things, then it pass as a one of the index value. I don't want such a big syntax to memorize it. So the thing is work for you is na.omit. Na means not available. Omit is means remove it. So what you are going to, whatever the data set you have, you pass as a parameter. It is responsibility of na.omit function. It will find out such rows where the missing value. It will remove it. So na.omit is a more realistic function that you can connect by yourself, and it is easy to memorize it. You see over here the new data set I have created. The new data set I created. No NA, all the data set are completed. So I did it for you. Okay. So now you can explore all those things. Okay. So now one of the answer I want to try apply. What is the problem with the list-wise deletion? What is the problem with the list-wise deletion? Problem is that issue with the list-wise deletion is that although the simplicity of the complete case analysis or list-wise deletion is more advantageous, list-wise deletion cause a big problem in the many missing value or data situations. How? It is going to reduce the sample size. So what happened in our case is, if you try to recall it, we have 100 rows. We have 100 rows. If you try to recall, there were such 40 rows having the missing values or incomplete cases. This method is going to remove all such cases. It means 40% data set you are just losing. Is very big problem. It is very big problematic. Data set is a precious in data science, and if you're applying such a method that 40% data sets you are losing, it is not recommendable at all. So Dr. Shraddha, you can also get a sense here if you are going to remove more than 1 or 2% of your data, you should not going to apply this method, because huge loss in the data set size ultimate going to lose your model performance. Your model is not will be able to learn from the data, because major part of the data you are just losing it. So very few percentage of, maybe 0.5 or 0.4 percentage of data is missing. You can just apply the discard method. Otherwise, you should not at all. Okay. The reason of missing value might not be random. So that is the answer written over. That you have to understand the missing value mechanism. If if the data and missing are at random there, you can apply the discard method. But if the missing value are not randomly distributed, or missing value does not follow the randomness, you should not apply the discard method. You should not apply the discard method over here. So ultimate everything, try to answer it, you have to understand the missing value mechanism. Otherwise, you will not get to understand which method you should apply. So our task is here to learn the tool, to learn the operations, to learn the weapon. So once you have all the weapon, you have the ability. Then further you have to go for learning where you should apply, where you should not apply. So you can assume that there is a two-way of learning. First, try to learn the use of weapon, use of operations, use of techniques. Then later you have to learn where you should apply, where you should not apply, what are the characteristics of your data set, where these set of operations are permissible, and these are the characteristics of your data set. Such operations are you should avoid. So you can divide your learning process of machine learning or AI in such a way. So what is our objective nowadays? To learn the tool, to learn the weapon. Okay. So I hope I made it clear to everybody. I made it clear to everybody. Okay. Any other question, any other discussion you want to make? Otherwise, we are going to end the session. All of you made the attendance or not? The link is working. I am requesting to everybody, please respond. The link is working. Okay. So you want more time, or should I disable it? So link is working. So should I disable it, or you want more time? Okay, done. So I think all of who are just attending that lecture have already done or given the attendance. So should I disable it? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Any other question? Any other discussion regarding today lecture? It was fruitful or not? You have learned something or not? I'm talking about the today third session. You have learned something. Okay. Thanks for your beautiful uh, feedback. It's really motivates us to find out the better way to represent the data or concept, so that the new person who are really new in the field can understand. Okay, thank you. Yeah, because whatever the model you are working, it highly depend on the data cleaning, data perfect, how the data is perfect. The dirty data, dirty input means dirty model output. So data cleaning is very important. About the tomorrow class, about the tomorrow class. So I'm talking about the class we are going to have 24th November. There will be three sessions, as you know, every time it happens. Three sessions: session 1, session 2, and session 3. Session 1, session 2 will be taken by the Dr. Oja. Dr. Oja, he is a faculty member in the CSE department itself in IIIT Naya Raipur, or one of the coordinator. So tomorrow, first two sessions he will discuss about the PCA, principal component analysis, LDA, total data pre-processing, is a feature extraction, very basic, very basic. And I just request to everybody, don't miss those lectures. Very intuitive, very fundamental, or very data pre-processing oriented. And third lecture again will be taken by the professor Surya Prakash, the professor Surya Prakash from IIT Indore. He will discuss about the bioinformatics or, or or something, how to apply the deep learning. He will discuss about how to apply the deep learning, how to apply the deep learning on ear data or iris data or something. He will discuss about the biometric. He will discuss about the biometric. Okay, so tomorrow all the three sessions are so important. First two sessions about the data processing related. Third one is invited talk, where he will experience their deep learning techniques, how to employ, how to use it with the biometric area of application. Okay, so got it. 1 minute. So I think got it. Everybody's got it. Everybody. Here, that was the lecture I was discussing about. The Dr. Oja is going to take two lectures tomorrow morning on the PCA principal component analysis, LDA, and the feature extraction. The first two sessions from tomorrow. Third session will be taken by the Professor Surya from IIT Indore. He will discuss about the deep learning, how to apply in the biometric. Okay. So any other discussion you want to make with me here, you can continue. Otherwise, we are going to stop the session right now. Any other question? Okay, so thank you. It was again a nice experience for me to having a discussion, having a learning teaching process with you all.
Tomorrow at what time, sir?
Yeah, please. Good afternoon.
Tomorrow at what time, sir? Morning session.
Same session, same time. No difference in same time.
9 hours. Okay. 9
Same time. Thank you. Okay, now you can leave the session. Okay, thank you very much.